Good morning, and welcome to episode 25 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International. Today is Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. This past week, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell reiterated what he's been saying all along, that if they see inflationary pressures materialize, now, of course, many say they're already out there. I'm one of them, and you can see them with your own eyes. But he says if they materialize, that they're expected to be temporary and manageable. Now, those comments come against a backdrop where for the past year, we've seen commodity prices, raw materials across the board, from grains to iron to copper, you name it, oil, all surging in price. Of course, that will eventually lead to higher costs of products as the producers pass on those costs to consumers. But one sector within the commodities cycle, which many are calling for a super cycle right now, one sector, the precious metals, is lagging behind the rest. Now, we have consolidated in the first quarter and early into the second quarter, but we are starting to move higher. All the precious metals are up this past week, but palladium continues to outshine the rest. It was up about 5% last week. This week it's up another 3.5%, firmly and comfortably above that $3,000 handle. When you have a situation where sentiment is lagging behind, like it is for precious metals versus the rest of the commodities, but demand is sky high and has been for a year, none of us dealers, none of the mints can keep up right now with the demand for fabricated bars and coins, but the price doesn't reflect that demand. To me, that reeks of opportunity. You have an opportunity here to buy well within a larger commodity super cycle, and that will lead to benefits in the future, no question about it. So this is an opportunity to be embraced, not to be feared. Let's take a look at the metals prices today versus past week. Gold is up about 0.5% at 1778.60 versus 1768.20 last week. Silver is up about 2% to 2644 versus 2595 last week. Platinum's up 1% to 1230 from 1218 an ounce. And again, your big winner, palladium, up 3.5% this week, 3061 an ounce versus 2956 an ounce last week. Your dollar index is up slightly to 91.30 versus 91.03. And your gold silver ratio is starting to show a little bit of movement. It's 67.49 this week versus 68.36. For those of you unfamiliar, that's the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold. And when we see that number creeping down like we did this past week, what that means is both gold and silver are moving higher, silver's moving faster, and we see that in the percentages. I encourage you to go into the description paragraph below this video, go ahead and follow, and more importantly, subscribe to our newsletters. We have a twice weekly, always something interesting alert, and tomorrow comes out our monthly information line newsletter. So subscribe today so you can make sure you get that in your inbox tomorrow. It's chock full of information from people here at ASI and some wonderful guest pieces this month. Of course, as always, I'd like you to like us and follow us and subscribe to us on this YouTube channel right below the video. Leave your comments and questions so we can cover them on the air. And please don't ever forget that getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.